Okay. So you live in a vibrant city, maybe like Hong Kong, right? You know that constant buzz.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But sometimes that buzz includes, well, pretty loud construction noise. It can really get to you.
It absolutely can. A constant soundtrack in growing cities.
Yeah. I've often wondered how cities manage that push and pull, development versus peace and quiet.
Well, that's exactly what we're looking at today.
Right. Today we're doing a deep dive into Hong Kong's approach. It's called the Quality Powered Mechanical Equipment System, QPME for short.
Exactly.
Our mission today, figure out how this QPME thing works and, what it means for making cities a bit easier on the ears.
That's a perfect way to put it. QPME, at its heart, is really an administrative framework. Think of it as a smart way to handle urban noise.
Okay.
It works by promoting construction equipment that's not just powerful, but also, crucially, much quieter.
And greener, too.
Greener, okay, so it's about more than just noise.
Yes, it ties into broader environmental goals as well. It's policy trying to balance development with, well, quality of life. So let's unpack QPME itself. Quality Powered Mechanical Equipment. The name kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
It does. These are specific machines equipment that get certified
Certified as what?
as being new, notably quieter, more environmentally friendly and efficient. That's the official description.
Gotcha. And this came from the Environmental Protection Department, the EPD, in Hong Kong. Started back in 2005.
That's correct. EPD initiative starting around 2005. But it's more than just setting a standard, you see.
How so?
Well, the core purpose is twofold. First, yes, it benchmarks the equipment, sets a standard for noise and environmental performance.
Right, like a target for manufacturers and contractors.
Exactly. But second, and this is really key, it actually helps with the construction noise permit application, the CNP.
Ah, the permits. Always a big hurdle.
Yeah.
So QPME makes getting a CMP easier.
Significantly easier, yes.
Ah,
If you use QPME labeled equipment, the process is smoother, less red tape.
okay, that's smart. So it helps projects move forward, but in a quieter way.
Precisely. It makes it easier for companies to choose the quieter option. It aligns doing the right thing with, well, practical project management.
That sounds like a win-win. Or maybe even a win-win-win.
How do you mean?
Well, for contractors, you said a higher success rate for CMP applications. That's huge.
Definitely.
And I read something about tax deductions. Since April 2008, potential tax breaks on buying QPME items.
That's right, a direct financial incentive. It makes investing in quieter, better equipment more attractive financially.
So that's the contractor win. What about the rest of us, the community?
That's the second win. Widespread use means less construction noise overall. Quieter days, quieter nights. It really improves the urban soundscape for everyone living or working nearby.
I can imagine. And the third win?
The third win is for the market itself and ultimately back to the community again. It pushes equipment suppliers.
Pushes them how?
It incentivizes them to bring in more types, more models of this quieter equipment into Hong Kong. More choice, better technology, maybe even better prices, eventually due to competition.
Right, it drives innovation in the industry. That's quite a set of benefits. So how does a piece of kit actually get this QPME label? What are the actual requirements?
Okay, the fundamental baseline is meeting international noise standards. Pretty strict ones.
Which ones?
It has to comply with the latest noise limits from either the EU, that's Directive 2014 EC, specifically Article 12 on outdoor equipment noise,
Okay.
or, alternatively, standards from Japan's Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism, the MLIT. They have classifications like low noise or even super low noise.
So EU or Japanese standards. How do manufacturers prove they meet these? Just say so.
Oh, no, not at all. Documentation is crucial. They need things like the manufacturer's EC declaration conformity, the DOC.
Right?
But, and this is vital, it needs verification. For the EU route, the certificate of conformity, the co-key, and the sound test report itself have to be checked and verified.
Verified by who?
By what's called a competent notified body. Think of it as an independent, accredited expert organization. They confirm the tests and results are legitimate, no conflicts of interest.
Okay, so independent checks. That adds credibility. Do you have an example of the noise levels we're talking about?
Sure. A sample label might show, say, a generator with a sound power level of 90 dBA.
90 dBA. What does that sound like in real terms?
Roughly like heavy traffic, maybe a power lawnmower from a distance. Still noticeable, but much, much less than older, uncertified construction gear, which would be incredibly loud.
Got it. And this applies to lots of common equipment.
Yes, the system covers about 15 common types. Things like excavators, generators, mobile cranes, breakers. the usual suspects on a construction site.
Okay, so equipment gets the label through verified testing.
Hmm.
But does the label last forever, or does it need upkeep?
Good question.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't last forever. Labels have an expiry date.
Right.
Typically, it's up to 6 years for brand new equipment when it first applies. If the equipment is older when it first gets the label, the validity period is shorter.
And renewal isn't automatic, I assume?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You have to prove the equipment still meets the standard. Continued quality performance is key.
How do they prove that? More tests?
Yes, exactly. For renewal, you need an updated noise measurement report. Fresh data.
And who does that report? Same kind of independent body.
Yes, it has to be conducted and validated by a qualified acoustical professional. This could be someone like a corporate member of the Hong Kong Institute of Acoustics, an EU-notified body again, or another expert the EPD accepts. They need to be independent and competent. And the test needs to be recent, done within a year before renewal.
Makes sense. Anything else for renewal?
Yes, maintenance is also critical. You need to provide maintenance records for at least the last 2 years.
Just the records?
No, they need to be endorsed, signed off by a competent mechanical professional. This confirms the equipment hasn't degraded, that it's been looked after properly to maintain its environmental quality, including its noise performance.
So ongoing expert checks, both acoustic and mechanical. That really ensures the system has teeth, doesn't it? It's not just a sticker you get once.
Precisely. That ongoing verification involving specialized professionals is what maintains the integrity and effectiveness of the whole QPME system over time.
So wrapping this up, QPME feels like much more than just some label. It's really a commitment, isn't it? A commitment to building cities more thoughtfully, especially in packed places like Hong Kong.
It really is. It's a system built on clear standards, smart incentives for industry, and importantly, that reliance on professional expertise for verification and maintenance.
It kind of makes you rethink the soundscape of a city, what's possible.
It does. And maybe the final thought for you listening is this. Consider how this model, that mix of standards, incentives, and expert validation, creates real, tangible benefits for city life.
Yeah.
And then think, could similar approaches work for other big urban challenges?
Hmm.
Beyond just noise pollution, something to mull over.